Welcome back. You are still watching the conversation coming to you from TV360 here in Lagos, Nigeria. My name remains Nelson Ekujimi, and I say with me in the studio, Comrade Alhaji Razak Kolade Olokoba, popularly called RKO. Comrade Olokoba, thank you for being with us on the program today. Yes, we want to quickly look at the life and times of the former president of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari. A lot has been said about him. Some persons have come out to eulogize him. Some persons have said otherwise. But as a Nigerian, as somebody who witnessed his rule in the leadership position in Nigeria in 1983 and in 2015, I say it with all sense of responsibility. Late former President Muhammadu Buhari came at a divine time to rescue the Nigerian ship from total collapse. In 1983, Alhaji Shehu Shagari had driven the Nigerian economy, to a standstill.
Almost a coma.
He had destroyed the economy because inflation we had hyperinflation, basic foodstuffs, people could not get it. You cannot go to the market and say you want to buy a bag of rice. It was not available. They had frittered away all our resources. The same thing in 2015 under former President Goodluck Jonathan. President Goodluck Jonathan had driven the ship of the Nigerian state to the point of destruction.
In fact, our oil, which is the major source of our income, we're no longer the sought after commodity in the international market again. That was a time when US distanced himself away from our oil. When Buhari came, it was his image that brought the buyers back to the table.
Yes.
And I remember clearly that about 20 governors could no longer pay salaries that time.
As at 2014, Okonjo-Iweala raised an alarm that the federal government was even borrowing to pay salaries.
And countries no longer want to borrow us money that time.
Yes, because what I we sold crude oil consistently and we fitted away the
I remember what London Club, Paris Club said, the World Bank, I remember clearly what he said about Nigerian economy. And bankers, before they borrow you your money, even despite the collateral, they want to look at your cash flow projection. If it's not okay with them, they will not give money. And that is the crisis we had that time. When Buhari came, it picked up.
It changed,
So I don't know why few Nigerians.
Some, don't say many.
Few Nigerians who do see anything good in him. Why they can't remember that.
No, a man has a short memory.
And I kept telling them that, see, as long as it is this system of government we run, there's no how we are going to appreciate our president because the things we give him to do is too enormous. That's what they can do. Any one of them that could have done what Buhari had done, we have to praise him.
Do you remember that when President Buhari came into office in 2015, he gave out bailout funds to states to be able to pay salaries?
Yes.
As at 2015, when Buhari came in, states could not pay 18,000 naira minimum wage.
That was that popular nomenclature came in after salary.
Yes.
After salary.
So Buhari gave almost 20 states were owing back.
So suddenly we forgot that.
We have forgotten.
Saying East-West Road, we forgot that.
The railway we are talking about today.
We forgot that.
The social intervention, the traders' money.
We forgot that.
End power.
BVN could not be implemented by
his predecessor. Second Niger Bridge.
He came and implemented it.
Second Niger Bridge, he started it and he completed it.
So
Apapa Oshodi Expressway.
I don't know what we expect our leadership under this
roads
structure. I don't know what I expect him to do again. For me,
no, maybe the expectation for some persons, I can sympathize with them. Immediately Buhari won the election in February, and if you remember, we're having fuel shortages that there was queue everywhere. I remember vividly.
And disappeared.
I remember immediately Buhari won the election, people were asking me, Shebi Buhari to win. Kilo de turn into Fepo. A lot of people were thinking President Muhammadu Buhari is a magician. That is mere winning.
But it's about eventually.
No, President Muhammadu Buhari wrote his name in. He was a man who gave his all to his fatherland. And there's no question about it.
Like I've said, magicians in our mind are not our president. They are not magicians.
Our presidents are not magicians. We don't have magicians. We have never.
This problem crept into our life. And if it's going to go, it's going to take its own time.
It's a gradual process.
It's a gradual process.
You must put things in place.
The difficult thing for Nigerians to understand is that it's not going to go as crooked as it came.
Absolutely.
It's going
No,
to be
it's like if you want to
grander.
build. Okay, I was in a build. When you want to build a house, look at this building.
There
For
must be
example,
foundation.
if you put the foundation together, you allow it some days, for the foundation to be solid.
Yes.
But if you want to pull down this house, once you bring out in a caterpillar and it hits one part of the building,
gone.
everything will collapse.
And that was what happened to Nigeria as a nation. That was what happened to, and since that time till today, things getting bad. And if you come with someone who is committed, trying to put up some measures, more pain will come.
No, like we say, no
More
pain, no
will
gain.
come. More pain will
No
come.
pain, no gain.
And that's what Nigerians want to.
No, they don't.
About.
Some persons,
I know that
they want an El Dorado. They want to make an
I know
omelet
that
without breaking an
there
egg.
are some people in government that makes it difficult for Nigerians to look away the way they live their life, even up to now.
There's no doubt about that.
We also blame Nigerians for not accepting that it's going to be gradual. So it's either an end or day. On the side of the government, there must be demonstration that we are willing to add. Tinubu now has demonstrated that good governance is possible. And the foundation laid by Buhari is what is building on.
Yeah.
If it's a rickety foundation, you will have it very difficult.
No, you saw how difficult it was for Buhari when he came.
Yes.
When the crude oil production plummeted from 2.1 million barrels per day to 500,000. Then you also remember that under Buhari, the price of crude oil dropped to $28 per barrel.
Well, you say you came at the right time.
And Buhari also
But
came
for
at
him,
COVID-19 also came
yes,
in less than 3 years after, about 3 or 4 years after he came
for him, that period, if it had not been someone like Buhari,
No, I don't know
our
where we'll
nation
be
may not
today.
survive.
I don't know where we'll be today.
They said it's Baba go slow. When he was a military president, head of state,
There was
he
no
took
legislature.
decisions.
Yes, it
but
was
now
decree.
he tried to be meticulous.
Yes.
Because he knew what he would
A House
say.
of Assembly, a legislature will check him.
And he must also be very careful.
Of
We have
course.
called him that he did the gra-gra. He
Yeah.
even invaded that Ula.
No,
So anything he wants to do now, he will have it thought through very well before he takes a step.
and again, age has wisened him up.
They
old man
are
has seen-
playing that.
yes.
They are using that one as a blackmail.
And
What has he done?
We are praying for
suggest
everybody to
that,
get to.
He's affected by any judgment. What has he done? All the decisions he took when he was dead were correct decisions.
Absolutely.
Someone who's
Were decisions of the mind.
Yes.
And we must also recognize that in taking those decisions, former President Buhari was not God.
Yes,
So he could have
there
made
could
some
be error.
mistakes.
It's not governance now. It's not an error of the process.
Yeah. So he's a human being. And when
He's a human being.
when we talk about governance, the same way we run our homes, the same way we run our lives, that's the way they run government. Government do not have any tree where they pluck money or where money is planted.
It will generate it.
Yes, government
And
generates
it's effort
money.
that will generate it.
Yes, government
It's
generates
effort.
money from taxes, levies, loans, grants, and what have you. So when people come and say, why didn't it? Government does not have the needs of or the wants of government is enormous, but the resources to meet those needs, just like a human being, resources are limited. That is why we prioritize.
Yes, and
We
it's,
say
it's,
to this
it's,
one.
it's based on production.
Yes,
It's what the government does that gives him
That gives
access
them-
to fund that
to
makes you
fund
fund the
it,
nation.
yes.
So the perception is getting better for Nigerians now that they know
Yeah.
that things don't just change anyhow.
Overnight.
And that is why we have to be careful when we warn that the way they run our government, we warned severally when the Obasanjo was there, when Jonathan was there, that the way we are going, in future, when somebody came to bring solution to us, it will be difficult to. We have to keep reminding that anytime a leader comes and wants to make a mistake, all of us must rise in unity to rally around that time. So the man lived a good life, and I really appreciate the president for what he has done.
Oh, President
He gave me a
Tinubu
befitting burial.
deserves commendation for the
All
national. There was
the
no honor
leaders,
better than
yes,
that.
all leaders of our nation, either dead or alive. We have to appreciate them because it's going to determine the thinking of the present leaders or the leaders of the future. Oh, with all Buhari has done, the way he has lived his life, is this way he's going to be buried? So that he has done that shows clearly that the younger ones will be willing to serve. They'll be willing to lay
It's
their
an
life on
inspiration.
it. It's an inspiration. You have to commend them for that. For someone who recognized June 12th, did so many things for MQ Abela, many Nigerians have.
No, I call him an icon of democracy.
Honestly,
Because
even coming from him,
Yeah.
Obasanjo, who is a beneficiary of the, could not do one thing that we can identify to that.
Buhari has so many legacy projects that you can refer to.
So many.
You know,
so many.
like President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said, I think one of his comments after the death of former President Muhammadu Buhari, he said history will be kind to him. And I can tell you for free, history will never forget President Muhammadu Buhari for the enormous selfless sacrifice he made for country and humanity. President Muhammadu Buhari was a man that touched lives in ways he himself didn't know.
Yes.
And that is why a lot of us, when he died, you know, we celebrated his death, that a good man has finished his journey here on earth and is now answerable to our Maker. We pray that the Almighty Allah will grant his, you know, soldierly soul, Al-Jannat Firdaus. And we pray that the family he has left behind, that God will continue to strengthen them
And give them fortitude to bear
and give them the fortitude to bear the loss. And we, like Comrade Olukoba rightly said, we commend President Muhammadu Buhari and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for the statesmanly honor given to former President Muhammadu Buhari. And like President Tinubu rightly demonstrated, that Babaku, that their father has gone, does not mean that the nation will forget the sacrifices he made to keep Nigeria one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we want to call it a wrap on the conversation today. We've had a wonderful conversation, and till we come your way again next time, please continue to watch the conversation coming to you from TV 360 here in Lagos, Nigeria. Bye-bye, and have a great day.